This is a Savage 64 Precision. It is a Canadian-made, out of Lakefield, Ontario, 22 LR semi-auto rifle. Now, everyone in Canada knows of the Savage 64. These have been made in Canada forever, and they're some of the most popular 22s because of how inexpensive they are. You can get them for under $200. This one is slightly different. This one comes with a 20-round magazine instead of a 10-round magazine. It has a 16-inch half by 28 threaded bull barrel, and most obviously, it has this chassis on it. This is a polymer chassis that accepts AR pistol grips, although only the ones without the beaver tail. I'll put up a picture. I tried one with beaver tail. There's not quite enough room here. And an MDT 20 MOA top rail mounted straight to the receiver. This gun weighs 5.4 pounds. As I have it configured here, it weighs roughly 6.4 pounds. I have a cheap scope from Amazon, 1 to 5 power LPVO, or technically it's 1.25 to 5 power. Designed, you're not going to use, what's it called? A Vortex Razor LPVO on this. That's ridiculous. You're going to use something cheap. So, all in this together, before taxes, comes to about 500 Canadian dollars for a scope, scope rings, foregrip, and the rifle itself, and 2 magazines. Roughly $500 plus or minus 10, depending on where you buy it from and where you get the mags and the grip and so what. You could probably get it for about $450 if you bought on sale, because I did see one of these. I wish I had bought it then for about $280 a couple months ago. So if you can find one that's $280, I highly recommend it. Or I would hope I would highly recommend it. I shouldn't say that yet because I will be doing a 1,000-round review on this, and I will be testing it to see how well it holds up. And I guess in that 1,000-round review, I will also be doing a mini review of the scope. We'll see how well it holds up. I think it'll do fairly well. 22 is not a powerful cartridge. It should have no problem getting it done. I will shoot this thing. I will zero it to 50. I'll get some groups at 50, and I'll get some groups at 100 yards. And I'll only do that once. And then after that, I'm going to probably re-zero this thing to 25 and shoot mostly at 25 yards, occasionally doing 50 if I feel like it. I'm not a fan of 100-yard or further shooting, but I will do it because this thing is called the Precision after all. Now, the chassis length is 28 inches overall, which means you can get, well, theoretically, you could put in Canada, a short barrel on this right to the muzzle here, and it'd be, I don't know, about 9-10 inches. And then you would have a really nice compact SBR 22 that is non-restricted. Now the problem is I don't know of any 22 or Savage 64 short barrels. If there are, let me know. Maybe I test it. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But this thing, out of the box, first impressions, it's light, but at the same time, not particularly well balanced. Because this uses a bull barrel, it's just quite a thick barrel, it's fairly front heavy. not so heavy. It's 5.5 pounds, but it is significantly heavier towards the front. However, when I put the scope on here, which is about a pound, maybe just under, this thing became incredibly well balanced. And this thing is meant to be run with a scope, so it's probably designed that way to be more front heavy so that when you put a scope, it's more well balanced. But that is what it is. Now, let me read off some spec sheet information here. It is a 13.5-inch length of pole, a 1 in 6 twist rate on the barrel. The overall length is 35.5 inches. And this is available in black or FDE. Now, the magazines come with this little thing, which you put over like there we go, like that, to help loading, I assume. Although I don't think this would be too difficult to load. I guess I'll find out. Yeah, get a magazine loader. It also comes with this bag of goodies. You get your manual. Here's another one of these mag loaders. You get a lock. You get some foam earplugs and an MDT sticker. So that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to cut real quick. I'm just going to quickly take the chassis off to show you what the insides of this look like. All right, so it is just 2 screws, 2 of these identical screws, screw in right here at the bottom. This rear one has a metal, excuse me. This rear one has a metal insert for the screw. And I should mention, I don't think you're going to be able to pick it up, but the thread on the pistol grip here also has a metal insert, so you're not screwing into plastic, which is very nice. This is incredibly lightweight, very ergonomic to hold to, I might add. This is not a cheap polymer. This is definitely a, plastic is plastic, but it's a fancy plastic. It feels very sturdy. It's very nice, if I have to be honest. It's maybe the nicest plastic stock I've ever held, which I don't know if that means too much, but it definitely holds true here. And as you can see, this is just a Savage 64. There is absolutely nothing remarkable here. It is just a Savage 64 with a bull barrel. That's all this is. So theoretically, I guess you could do the M-Carbo trigger upgrade, which maybe I'll do, but the trigger honestly seems fine as is, so I'm not going to rush out to do that. But yeah, there are plenty of videos telling you how to take down a Savage 64. I will not do that here because I do not need to. Now, I'll get this put back together. All right, put back together. Now, last things I'll say on this before I close it out. I believe this is an extended mag release. It definitely looks bigger than other Savage mag releases. And just first impression, these mags are a bit of a learning curve for inserting. I don't quite know exactly the angle that they go at. I haven't built my muscle memory into them, but I will say unloading or taking the mag out is fairly easy. Just thumb up or index finger up, and it works fairly well. There you go. It's a bit awkward to get it in there, but I'm sure I'll learn. So that is it for this video. I will have a first shots video out on this next week, and then I will have on the weekend, I'll have a short update on the Raven 9, going over the trigger tech trigger and the muzzle brake. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like to spread the video. Have a good day.